television. People don't even know that the show is based on biblical principles. Yes. Why? Because they had children. Yes. And in that Evans home, they obeyed their parents. Yes. They honored their father. And guess who made sure they honored their father? Their mother. One thing about Esther Roll, if you watch the show, they were living in the ghetto. Didn't make no difference. John Amos was her husband. When he walked through the door, y'all remember, he would go look for a job. He could have a suit on so tight that if he exhaled, the button would pop. And she'd be like, look at my baby, going to get that job. And he'd be just as happy, going out there with that raggedy suit on. Happy. Why? Because she encouraged him. She encouraged him. Because they were a Christian couple. They were together. They were a mother and a father. See, the problem why we have so many problems now? Because it's all blended. I got half kids, step kids, adopted kids, foster kids, God kids, neighborhood kids, next door kids. I got kids related to kids. I got a goddaughter. She got a brother. I didn't want the brother because I already had too many. End up adopting him anyway. Why? Because no kid wants to be left behind. Right. So I got 6 God kids. I got 2 that I dipped in water, and 4 came along with the package. And I'm the same way with all of them. You call them, I tell them I'm the same way. They call me, their mother called me, because the father is not there. It's not there. It's not there. So she calls me. She says, Rodney, talk to your goddaughter. I said, talk to her about what? She said, she like boys. She said, what? I said, what? She like boys? She said, yeah, she got a little boyfriend playing the band. Because see, when my girls got boyfriends, I got to meet them. I done met them all. I took him out to lunch. Took them all. When I meet a boyfriend, I take him out. I want to sit there and look him in the eye. I want to talk to him. I don't try to scare him. I got some subliminal stuff. I got some old school stuff. I ain't going to shoot you. I'm going to stab you. But you ain't even going to know you was stabbed until you get home. You go, I'm bleeding. What? So my goddaughter's mother called me and said, talk to her. She got this boyfriend, and then she liked her. And I said, what kind of band is he in? She said, oh, he in the marching band. I said, what instrument does he play? She said, tuba. I said, oh, don't worry about him. That's all right. I signed off on that. If there was a saxophone player, I'd have been down there the next day. But it's tuba. Don't nobody get upset by this guy. But we got to teach our children. Got to teach them. Got to teach them. Got to obey. What is obey? It means you should. You know what? There's a difference between obeying and submitting. There's a difference. See, obey means, hey, you got to do that. That's it. Bottom line, end of discussion, nothing else follows. Submission is willing. If a woman submits, it's a willing process. It's not an obey. It's a willing. So children have to obey. Children have to obey your parents in the Lord. Why in the Lord? Because we're Christians. We're living to please Him. Don't say, oh, obey your parents in John, or obey your parents in the church, or obey them in the school. It says, obey them in the Lord. Meaning if you obey them in the Lord, everywhere your feet tread, you will be reminded of who you belong to, and your parents will always be proud. See, the problem is sometimes people want self-gratification to make you proud over some things that just ought to happen. I live in Mirror Lake. It's a nice community. One day my daughter said to me, I'm going to prove to you I can make it. Well, look where you're jumping off from. You understand what I'm saying? Your father's not a crackhead. And you ain't living in no hood where you got to step over drug fiends and go through the crack house to get to school. You live in Mirror Lake. The bus picked you up in front of the house. You ought to make it. When I went to school, we had to walk to the bus stop, get on the public transportation, go out in the community to get an education. We had some obstacles to get through. You ain't got no obstacles. How you gonna prove something to me? And I'm raising you in understanding what God is doing. I'm raising you this way. I'm living this way. What are you talking about? You should make it. If you don't make it, it ain't my fault. It's that you didn't listen. You didn't obey. And that's what happens when you don't obey. See, now this says that you will live long. See, it gets down here and says that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And this is when the children were going into the land that God had promised them. Because, back then they lived a long time.